Morning, Kevin.
Just a good angle. That is bright, that sun. I'm just not used to it, you know? All right. Well, if everybody can hear me, we'll go ahead and get started. Good morning, everybody, and welcome to Media Day for the 2025 Pacific Airshow, Huntington Beach. We are so excited to have you all here today for a fantastic kickoff to what is going to be a spectacular weekend in Southern California with some absolutely amazing performers from all over the world. I think we have 6 different countries represented in the air show this year, which is the most we've ever had. So we're super stoked to invite all of those people to Southern California, to Huntington Beach, here to the beautiful Lyon Air Museum. And before we get started, I just want to say a huge thanks to the team here at Lyon Air Museum. And I want to invite Mark Foster from the museum up. He is our host here at John Wayne Airport, along with Clay Lacey, who provides some of our fueling services and is also one of our great partners. They couldn't be here with us today, but Mark, without this resource here at the airport, we wouldn't be able to do what we do, which is fly all of these partners and planes in from around the world, give them a beautiful place where they're well taken care of, and look at all these amazing airplanes here. What a great asset to our community. So real quick, for a few words, I'd like to introduce Mark Foster, our host here at Lyon Air Museum. Mark? Thank you.
Well, thanks everybody for coming today. It's always a great place to be during the air show here because all the civilian performers, or most of them, fly right off of this flight line. So you're in the real heart of it before the show starts. So this is a great place to be. And you know, every single year this has been our highlight for the museum to be a part of the local show here. And I've been to a lot of air shows, you know, flown in them and watched them and done all sorts of stuff. And I can tell you that the Pacific Airshow is by far the most fun, best attitude of the performers, everybody working it, all the volunteers and the staff and everything. So we are just so honored to be a part of it here at Lyon Air Museum, and looking forward to continuing to support Kevin and his team. Thank you.
Thank you, Mark. I have to give them special props because it is very disruptive, obviously, what we're asking them to do as far as all the airplanes that are usually out here, that they move to other places. It's a busy airport, it's a busy place, but it's the passion of the people like Mark and his team here at Lyon and the folks at the airport and the passion of the Pacific Airshow team behind it that makes it all happen. Where there's a will, there's a way, as they say. And so it's not without their support that we could get this done. The next person I want to introduce, just to say a few words, is the mayor of our host city, Huntington Beach, California, and he's been following me around the last few days and represents our city extremely well. We have amazing. Huntington Beach is a really unique place in that we have, you know, miles and miles of unobstructed beach, beautiful sandy beach with parking lots and plenty of access. And so because of its location and because of all of the characteristics that it has, its great resorts and accommodation, the ability to get in and out, it's a very accessible place. And without Huntington Beach, frankly, I don't know that we could do this on the coastline anywhere in Southern California. And so to say a few words, I'd like to introduce the mayor of Huntington Beach, California, Mr. Pat Burns.
Thank you all for coming. I just want to thank Kevin Elliott and Code 4 and the promotion that they do at this air show. It is Huntington Beach is beautiful, but it's even more beautiful when we have an air show right there on the beach. It's something that can't be just taken for granted. It's an experience that if you attend, you'll never forget it and you'll want to come back. And that's definitely the case with me. I live there and I want to keep going back and see that show. It's awesome. And have fun, experience it, and keep coming back. Thank you.
Thanks, sir. All right, I got my notes here on my phone, so I apologize. I'm not trying to be rude, but I want to thank, as I mentioned, a couple of other folks. The host city here at Costa Mesa is fantastic. I also want to thank the team at Los Alamitos, Shelly Hasselbrink and her team, the city council there, the folks at the Joint Forces Training Base in Los Alamitos, who are hosting all of our military performers, and our team that's over there. They're fantastic. And again, that's just like this is a resource to this community. We could not do the air show without the Joint Forces Training Base and those folks over there. It's an amazing asset for Southern California, and it certainly is enabling something as great and as family friendly as Pacific Airshow. Great, I want to thank all of our performers, obviously, for coming out from all over the different parts of the world, and I'm going to go ahead and list them off for you and kind of tell my anecdotes about each one. But before I do, this is the 9th year of Pacific Airshow Huntington Beach, which we're really excited about. So next year will be our 10-year anniversary, believe it or not. So through COVID, thick and thin, Pacific Airshow has continued year on year to outdo itself and to continue to grow. We have an amazing team behind this brand. We have a very long-term and stable agreement with the city and with California Coastal Commission and all of our various partners that we've worked with to just ensure the continuity of this brand going forward. So we're really excited about the 9th year and so on and so forth. I'll talk a bit about the government shutdown, which is obviously the hot topic of the day. We are extremely disappointed on the Pacific Airshow side that has happened. Unfortunately for us, it's completely beyond our control. It's beyond everybody's control. The entire United States government is shut down. So we work hard for actually 2-year planning cycles to be able to bring these teams to Southern California and host them. You wouldn't believe the truckloads and truckloads of equipment that are out at Joint Forces Training Base that we've assembled from all over Southern California to be able to be ready to receive those teams. So to get notice that they ultimately aren't going to be able to be here, unfortunately, due to the shutdown, is really disappointing to everybody. And that's really not a good way to feel about it, other than that we just have to continue to do our best. I will say this, we still have almost more than a 5-hour air show. So in spite of the fact that we've lost some assets, we have the Canadian Forces Snowbirds who are here. They're going to be headlining the show. We've got unbelievable assets. I think there's probably more than 25 different aircraft. So by any stretch, if you go to any air show, anybody who has any experience going to air shows around the country, you might see 4, 5, 6 acts. We have like over 20 some odd acts in the show this year, even in spite of the fact that our U.S. military assets are not able to participate this year. So I feel very confident in the product. I will say this, I'll add my own anecdote too for what it is, and you guys can clip it out of the reel if you want. But we do this show also in Gold Coast, Australia, and it is the #2 event in Australia behind Formula One. So you have Pacific Airshow Huntington Beach and Pacific Airshow Gold Coast, Australia. And we have struggled there a bit because we're a bit spoiled here in Southern California, where we get every asset known to man. And in Australia, we don't have that, right? We get some support, and we deal with what we've got, and we have been able to curate an absolutely amazing family-friendly experience. And what was not lost on me is that the experience of Pacific Airshow is much more than just the aircraft. This isn't a sales pitch on the fact that we've lost the military, but the fact is that over there, we don't have the amount of U.S. military assets. And if you ask my wife which show she enjoys more, she'll say that one, because it just has an unbelievable sense of family, community, and the spirit that people are there for the right reasons, right? So the people that come at me and say, hey, I'm only there to see the Thunderbirds, I take a little bit of issue with that, because you should be there to experience the entirety of what the Pacific Airshow has to offer. There are hundreds and hundreds of support people and dozens of acts from around the world that are equally as good, and they're going to be absolutely blowing your mind this year. So we are excited, in spite of obviously the shutdown, and that is something I encourage everybody to come out to the beach, bring your families, and enjoy an unbelievable day at the beach, and just see how it goes. I think you'll find that you're going to love it. So I'd like to acknowledge our 2025 performers, and I'm just going to kind of go in no particular order if that's okay, but just to give you a sense for what we've got coming. The Canadian Forces Snowbirds are here, which is really exciting. I think they were here last year or maybe even the year before, but they are definitely regulars to Southern California. We're so thrilled to have them back. The Aaron Fitzgerald will be here in the BO 105 aerobatic helicopter, which is always a favorite, and he's going to be joined by the Red Bull Air Force team, including some crazy guys that are going to jump out of a perfectly good airplane. I think they might actually even jump out of the Goodyear blimp. And we've also got Kirby Chambliss, who will be joining us in his Edge 540 as well. And Kirby's a bit of a legend. The Royal Air Force Falcons parachute display team from the UK, who displayed in our previous edition of Pacific Airshow Gold Coast. Super excited to have them. Ordinarily, I wouldn't be very excited about a parachute team, except for it's the Falcons. And I would say, bar none, best parachute team in the world. If you've never seen them perform, you're in for a real treat. So you're going to want to make sure you check that out. We've got Tori Ward in the Subsonics Microjet. Thank you, Tori. Jeff Bourbon will be here in the 330 SC. Jeff Bourbon's actually competing in the National Aerobatic Championship right now. Last I heard, he was in, I think, tied for first and second place. So it's very possible when Jeff gets here, he'll be our national aerobatic champion flying for us here at Pacific Airshow. So we're wishing Jeff all the best. We love him, and he'll be flying in his extra 300L. We've got Greg Collier flying in the T-33 Shooting Star. Greg has a special place in my heart because not only has he flown every single edition of Pacific Airshow, this is his 9th year, he's also flown every single edition of Pacific Airshow on the Gold Coast as well. We bought a T-33, we took it apart, put it in a container, and shipped it across the world. We reassembled it, took a month, and then Greg has come over to Australia to fly it for us. It's the only T-33 that's ever been in the country of Australia. So Greg is a big supporter. He wishes he was here right now. He's actually just went back to grab another aircraft for us as well, which I'll mention. He's going to be flying a new TBM Avenger. So this will be the first time we have a TBM Avenger here at Pacific Airshow. We have Anthony Oceanuga in his Pitts S1. Anthony is a great young pilot, and we love him. He's local, and this is his first time flying in the Pacific Airshow. We're really excited. He's always been on the beach with me hanging out, but this year he's going to be in the sky. We have B-29 flying this year, and it's going to be flying with this beautiful B-25 that's behind you, that's from the Lyon Air Museum. And Doc, the B-29, is only one of 2 flying B-29s in the world, and they'll be flying at Pacific Airshow all 3 days, and they'll be doing a joint routine with the B-25 that you see behind you, which is going to be incredible. We have the Royal Air Force flying a C-17 in the show. We have the Goodyear blimp. I believe it's their 100-year anniversary, so that's really exciting to have them. They're obviously stationed up the way in Carson, and this is their first time appearing in the Pacific Airshow. We have Dawn Patrol Air Shows led by Eddie and his team from Chino. They're great, flying their RV-8s in formation with smoke. The Red Bull Air Force, which I mentioned, the B-25 from the Lyon Air Museum. We have Scaled Composites coming from Mojave, flying their Model 281 Proteus and their Model 401 Sierra. These aircraft don't get seen anywhere other than out on the test range. You would have seen them last year, but you heard them instead. But when they are coming back, we're really excited to have Scaled Composites as a partner to the show. They are doing tremendous work. Mike Daniel and his Carbon Cub, which I think is right there, the Cheshire Cat. He's going to be landing on the beach with Luke Cepela and his Carbon Cub, which we're really excited about. Last year we sort of piloted this, and the concept of bringing activities and aviation to the beach for the kids to interact with, but also bringing that action just a little bit closer to the crowd. And these STOL aircraft, with their performance takeoffs and landings, being able to essentially land in a hula hoop, are just the right vehicle for us to kind of dip our toes in the water and bringing that action to the sand. We've got the Grumman Albatross, which will be landing on the water out there. I think it's probably somewhere out on the ramp, and thank Mike Clark and Jason Carlin for making that happen. We have John Culliver, who's a local guy, flying a T6. I mentioned the TBM Avenger, and we'll also have an OV-10 Bronco being flown by James Webb. And those just a few of the things that we have going on in the air, and notwithstanding all of the activities and things that we'll have going on the ground, with our new STEM activations and other things, it's going to be absolutely incredible. So before I keep going, I want to just go ahead and give a round of applause to our performers for this year. All right, so real quick, I want to also give a special mention to Byron Waller. If anybody's following Byron, he's the team pilot down under. He's 15 years old, and he's joining us in his feat to fly around the world while raising awareness for Crohn's disease. So we're really excited to have him from Australia, and obviously making his way all the way around the world. And Janet, I don't know if you can see Janet, she can give you some more information about Byron, but we're really excited to have him here. It's really, I wish I was doing that when I was 15 years old. I think I was mowing the lawn or something like that. And what's new for 2025 is the sun is back, which is really an exciting feature of the show this year. So I think that is we have Maverick Helicopters this year as a partner. They're going to be running passenger service to and from Airshow Show Center, so you can actually book a ticket at flymaverick.com. You can drive your car right up to ACI, either here or at Maverick's terminal in Long Beach, and you can actually fly directly into the show. I think the price is $199 each way, and it's been very popular. We're really excited about that, so my cheeky way to say it is you can chop the traffic and just fly right in. But I do think that it's really cool. It's going to be a great experience. It also enables us to be able to move some of our pilots back to the airport so that they can be more integrated with the on-ground experience with the fans in the show center area, which we're really excited about. So thank you to Maverick. This year we've launched our next gen STEM lab and our Students with Altitude Day. So Friday, we are hosting, I think, close to 6,000 students from all over Southern California for free. We're coming to Pacific Airshow in buses and by the masses to be able to enjoy the magic of this air show. So we're really excited to share with them. We also have a bunch of on-ground experiences from different activations from various companies and things for these kids to see as far as science, technology, engineering, and math. And that's something that we're going to be building and putting a lot, leaning into as far as emphasis for the show, is inspiring that next generation of not only aviators, but any kind of career in aviation or science, technology, engineering, math. We've got drone racing, we've got drone soccer, we'll have iHeartMedia, who's been a tremendous partner. Thank you to iHeartMedia. They'll have a DJ down there that's going to be spinning all weekend. We have a really cool DJ booth that we've built. I don't really want to let the cat out of the bag because I feel like you should have to come down and see it, but I'm just going to say it looks like a pretty cool air traffic control tower. So that's going to be super cool. The kids zone, we've got roaming entertainment. We've got Iceman, Rooster, Maverick. I guess Captain Jack Sparrow is even going to show up, so that's pretty cool. Maybe he ran aground in Huntington Beach. Batman, Wolverine. We've got a new garden bar. We've got incredible hospitality offerings. If you have an opportunity to drive by the beach, the setup is incredible this year. It's the best it's ever been. Our team continues to level it up every single year, so really proud of what they've done on the beach. Importantly, Pacific Airshow is different than a lot of events. It's a family-friendly event, so we want the entire family to come out and enjoy the experience. Tickets are still available at pacificairshow.com. We have lots of merch available at Pier Plaza and throughout the event space. We have some hospitality offerings remaining, so for folks that are wondering what they're going to do this weekend, go online at pacificairshow.com and come on down and support. And I want to also thank the media. You guys have been tremendous supporters for us and helping us get the word about this community event. It is a community event at the end of the day, right? We really do it flash at Pacific Airshow, but the reality is that air shows are community engagements. They require the support of the Lyon Air Museum, the support of the police department, the support of the city council, the support of the community, and everybody in between. We have vendors and restaurants and t-shirt printers, and everybody in the community is engaged in making this the best that it can be. And you guys have helped us to communicate the positive message and the positive work that we're doing. We want to thank you for being part of it year on year. I will say we're planning to go big for the 10th year anniversary. Obviously, it's also the 250th anniversary of the country, and so I would expect big things out of us next year as well. And with that, I want to thank you for coming. We're going to do breakout interviews with performers. We've got Todd here and Emily who are going to arrange you guys to meet with various folks and encourage you to, just meet with as many as you can. There's lots of great stories from around the world. We've got Emma here. Emma's flown all the way from Australia. And actually it was kind of convenient because when she got here, she was already flying upside down. So that's perfect. Thank you for being here. With that, we'll go ahead and do breakouts, and I'll be happy to take any interviews. So thank you very much.
Thank you.
So, do you guys want to ask him questions from here at the podium, or do you guys want to do interviews with him kind of one-on-one?
That was great. At least I feel like we're good with the one-on-one because that was awesome.
Okay. Anybody? Okay. Then let's do that. So we've got Kevin. We can do interviews with you right up here.